we may have a pretty good idea of when Caitlin Clark is next going to play basketball, and it's not during the WNBA season.
Silence. That's all we heard for months. No highlight clips, no fiery press conferences, no logo range threes, just silence. From the girl who electrified every basketball arena she stepped into, Caitlin Clark vanished from the court, leaving the entire basketball world asking the same question. When is she coming back? And will she ever be the same again? For a player who broke records like it was a daily routine, who brought millions of new fans to women's basketball, her disappearance felt surreal. One moment, she was dropping triple-doubles in the WNBA. Next, she was gone. Benched, injured, wrapped in ice packs instead of cheers and camera flashes, and nobody, not the Indiana Fever, not Team USA, not even the medical staff, seemed willing to answer the one question everyone was screaming online. When will Caitlin Clark return to basketball? The season had started like a Hollywood script. Opening night, triple-double. Ratings breaking records. Children were wearing her jersey before she ever stepped on the floor. Analysts are calling her the future of women's sports. It looked unstoppable. But then came the first injury. An ankle sprain. Then the second one, a groin issue. Then something worse. Something the team wouldn't even name. Press conferences turned into vague medical poetry. Minor tightness. Routine precaution. Day-to-day monitoring. Sure. Minor tightness that lasted 4 months? Fans weren't buying it. Media wasn't buying it. Even some players weren't buying it. And the Indiana Fever stayed silent. Here's the thing. Groin strains and ankle injuries don't usually last half a year. NFL players come back from torn ligaments faster. But for Caitlin, everything moved in slow motion. 5 games. That's all she could string together without something going wrong. Sometimes she played for 10 minutes. Other nights, she wasn't on the bench at all. Fans started whispering, then shouting, "Is this really an injury? Is she hurt? Or are they hiding something?" What is the Fever not telling us? The conspiracy theories exploded. Some said it was load management. Others believed it was a cover-up. And honestly, the team's silence didn't help. Every press briefing sounded like a hospital brochure. We're being cautious. We're prioritizing long-term health. We'll reassess in a few weeks. Weeks turned into months. Hope turned into frustration. And the league that Caitlin had helped revive? It slowly started losing air. Even when she played, she wasn't the same. 16-point thinking. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 8 points. 8 assists, the stats were solid. Impressive even. But the magic? The swagger? Gone. She shot 36.7% from the field, 27.9% from 3. And for the first time since her sophomore year at Iowa, she had 3 games in a row without hitting a single three-pointer. That wasn't just off form. That was a warning sign. Stephanie White, her coach, finally cracked and said it out loud. I won't speak for Caitlin, but it's frustrating as an athlete. You want to do what you love. Frustrating. That was the word. Clark was stuck between pain and pressure, wanting to play, but unable to be the player she had always been. Fearless. Then came the turning point. Press conference. Cameras on, reporters ready, and Stephanie White dropped the first real update in months. We're taking it week by week. 3-on-3, 2-on-2, then building up to 5-on-5. Basketball terms, actual progress, no more hospital language. That one sentence changed everything, because it meant one thing. She was getting close. The world didn't know when, but now it knew she was coming. But the real question wasn't if she would return. It was where everyone assumed the WNBA season. Some thought athletes unlimited. Others whispered about unrivaled. But they were wrong. Her next game, wasn't going to be in the WNBA, it wasn't even going to be in America. Because Caitlin Clark's comeback wasn't just a return to basketball, it was a return to the world stage. Team USA, March 11-17, San Juan, Puerto Rico. For months, fans speculated. Was Caitlin Clark secretly training to play again? Was she waiting for the WNBA season, or was there something bigger behind the scenes? The silence from Indiana Fever and Team USA only fueled the mystery. But then, a whisper turned into a rumor, and the rumor turned into something much bigger. Multiple sources, including former Team USA players and coaches, started saying the same thing. Caitlin Clark is coming back in March, and not in the WNBA, for Team USA. March 11th to 17th, San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's when Team USA will be competing in the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifying tournament, and Caitlin Clark's name is officially on the radar. These aren't scrimmages. They aren't promo events or charity games. These are international basketball games. Real jerseys, real opponents, real pressure, and a global audience. If Caitlin Clark steps on that court, it won't just mean she's healthy. It will mean she's choosing to return under the brightest, harshest spotlight possible. Here's what makes this so shocking. She isn't playing in Athletes Unlimited. She isn't joining Unrivaled. She isn't going overseas to chase million-dollar contracts. She isn't even touching the WNBA preseason first. Instead, she's going straight to Team USA. Before the WNBA even holds its first preseason practice. In her exit interview, she said it clearly. My focus this offseason is really just getting my body healthy. No side leagues, no distractions, no cash grabs, just recovery. And the red, white, and blue. Even though Team USA has already qualified for the 2026 FIBA World Cup, they're still participating in this tournament. Why? To build chemistry, to test rotations, to find out who deserves to wear that jersey in the Olympics. And here's the truth. Caitlin Clark, playing for Team USA, is a ratings machine waiting to explode. ESPN knows it. NBC knows it. Fox Sports knows it. Sponsors know it. The moment she steps on that court, every major network will be fighting to broadcast her games. This isn't hype. This is business. Because Caitlin Clark doesn't just play basketball. She moves economies. Sources close to Team USA leaked something even more important. They expect her to be fully cleared by late February. That means she'll be training, running, cutting, scrimmaging, and preparing for full 5-on-5 basketball, long before most people thought possible. Stephanie White, her coach in Indiana, even admitted the truth unintentionally. 3-on-3, 2-on-2, then building to 5-on-5. You don't say that unless a player is close. That's not a rehab plan. That's a comeback plan. Think about it. Caitlin Clark hasn't played a meaningful game since mid-July. She didn't just miss games. She missed momentum. Her rookie season lost steam. The media started asking if she was overhyped. Critics got loud. And the Indiana Fever? They struggled to win without her. Now she's expected to return. Not slowly, not quietly, but on the world stage, representing the United States. One wrong step, one bad shooting night, one hesitation on a drive to the basket, and the world will notice. But if she shines, if she hits those logo threes again, if she plays like the Caitlin Clark we remember, then March won't just be a return. It'll be a resurrection. March 11th. Circle it. Highlight it. Burn it into your calendar. Because that's the day everything changes. For Caitlin Clark. For Team USA. For the WNBA. For women's basketball. 7 weeks before the WNBA season begins, she could already be playing, already trending, already rebuilding everything she lost. And yet, this comeback isn't just about health. It's about confidence. It's about legacy. It's about reminding the world who she is. The news was old now. The debates had faded. No more shouted opinions on TV panels. No more viral arguments flooding social feeds. But something even louder had taken its place. Silence. A heavy, watchful silence. Because now, it was all on her. No more what-ifs. No more excuses. Just basketball. The world wanted to see what Caitlin Clark would do next. Would she crumble under the weight of rejection? Or rise so high that even Team USA would be forced to look up? June 17, 2024, Indiana versus Washington. Her first game after the Olympic roster was officially announced. Reporters filled every seat. Every camera pointed at her during warm-ups. She didn't smile. She didn't wave. She just dribbled. Head down, jaw clenched. The arena was silent for a second. Then someone shouted from the crowd, "Show them why they were wrong!" And she did. She dropped 30 points, 8 assists, and 5 threes. But that wasn't the headline. The headline was her expression. No celebration, no flex, no trash talk. She walked off the court like she was still unsatisfied. Like it still wasn't enough. Because deep down, she knew it wasn't. Not yet. Every game after that felt like a test she didn't sign up for, but couldn't walk away from. In Los Angeles against the Sparks, she went scoreless in the first quarter. Cameras zoomed in. Critics waited to tweet. Then, in the second quarter, she hit 3 logo threes in under 4 minutes. The arena went from laughter to disbelief. Even the commentators went silent for a moment, as if processing what they just witnessed. But this wasn't the loud, emotional Caitlin the world saw in college. This was different. Controlled, angrier, more calculated. Some still said she was overrated. Some said she was being protected by the media. But former players, legends of the game, started to change their tone. Diana Taurasi, who once warned that the WNBA would humble her, simply said in an interview, "She's figuring it out. Faster than most, no praise, no apology. Just respect, the kind that isn't handed out, only earned." Over the next 7 games, she averaged 24 points, 7 assists, and 40% from 3, Indiana. A team that wasn't even supposed to contend. Started winning games they were expected to lose. But it wasn't the numbers that people talked about. It was that look in her eyes, that fire. She wasn't trying to prove the world wrong anymore. It felt like she was trying to prove something to herself. By July, the Olympic team was already training in Paris. Photos of Team USA practicing flooded social media. Smiles, flag uniforms, gold medal dreams. Caitlin Clark wasn't in a single frame. Instead, she was in Indiana, walking into empty gyms before sunrise. No crowds, no cameras, just the echo of a bouncing ball and the memory of what she was denied. And that's when the silence around her became respect. Not because she was loud, not because she complained, but because she didn't. She chose the hardest answer to rejection. Worked on July 26, 2024, Paris. The world was watching the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games. Fireworks ignited the night sky over the Seine River. Nations marched under their flags, and Team USA walked out with cameras flashing, smiles bright, and the expectation of another gold medal. But millions of people were looking for someone who wasn't there. Caitlin Clark. No jersey, no flag, no cameras following her. Just absence. And somehow, it was louder than anything happening on that Olympic stage. While her teammates waved to the world from Paris, Caitlin was thousands of miles away in Indiana. No interviews, no public watch parties, just a quiet apartment. The TV light flickering across her face. She watched the ceremony in silence. Not with anger, not with tears, just stillness. Like someone trying to feel nothing because feeling something would hurt too much. At one point, she muted the TV. Not because she didn't care, but because hearing the cheers made her heart race in a way she couldn't control. You won't see this in headlines, but it happened. Multiple Team USA players, not rookies, but veterans, asked the coaching staff a quiet question no one wanted to answer out loud. Do you think we should have brought her? No one said it publicly. But behind closed doors, the conversation was real, because the world was asking the same thing. That night, social media didn't celebrate the Parade of Nations the way it usually does. Instead, leather play and why not Caitlin began trending across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Fans stitched videos of her college highlights next to the Team USA roster announcement. Some of the most played clips? Her logo 3 against South Carolina, her NCAA tournament run, breaking records, her wiping tears, not after losing, but after winning, because she knew how hard it was to get there. The comments were brutal, not towards Team USA, but towards the decision-makers. She earned this. She didn't get humbled, she got robbed. This isn't just about basketball anymore. Team USA wasn't just playing for gold now. They were playing against a ghost. The idea of Caitlin Clark. The player they left behind. Every missed shot, every turnover, every close game, people tweeted the same thing. Would this be happening if she were there? And that is the kind of pressure no coach, no player wants hanging over them. While Team USA trained in Paris, Caitlin didn't take a single day off. Early mornings, empty gyms, one ball, one hoop, no cameras. But then, something changed. On August 2nd, 2024, during a quiet evening practice, she paused. Just for a second, she looked at her reflection in the gym window, sweat dripping, chest heaving, and she whispered to herself, I wasn't left out. I was left alone to become better. It wasn't anger anymore. It wasn't pain. It was a purpose. July 29th, 2024, Team USA versus Belgium, Olympic group stage. It was supposed to be an easy win. A warm-up, but by halftime, Team USA was only up by 4. Missed shots, sloppy passes, frustrated faces. Commentators stayed respectful. But then, one of them said what everyone was thinking. Whatever you feel about Caitlin Clark, this is the kind of game where her shooting could have changed everything. Silence followed. No one disagreed. On Twitter, ESPN, TikTok, one name started trending again, Caitlin Clark. Back home, she was watching, not as a critic, not as a fan, but as someone who still loved the game more than anything. When the final buzzer sounded, Team USA barely escaped with a win. She didn't tweet. She didn't celebrate. She just stood up, grabbed her gym bag, and went to practice, because she wasn't chasing revenge anymore. She was chasing greatness. August 3rd, 2024, her phone rang, not from a journalist, not from a brand deal. It was from Sue Bird, a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, one of the greatest to ever play. Sue didn't waste time. You don't need the Olympics to prove anything. But if you still want that jersey, your time will come. Just don't let the world tell your story before you do. There were no promises, no guarantees, just belief. For the first time in weeks, Caitlin smiled. August 7th, 2024. USA versus Spain, semifinals. Team USA won, but barely. Social media exploded again. The most shared post on Instagram that night was a photo of Caitlin practicing alone in a gym with the caption, "She isn't in Paris, but she's still the one everyone's watching." NBA players reposted it. WNBA legends liked it. Even people who never watched women's basketball started asking, how can someone not playing be the face of the Olympics? August 11th, 2024. Olympic gold medal game. USA vs. France. With 1 minute left, USA led by 3. France had the ball. The arena was silent. Then, the broadcast cut to a live shot from Indianapolis. Caitlin Clark, sitting courtside, at a fever game, watching the Olympics on her phone during warm-ups. No commentary, no words, just that image. And the internet exploded. Not in anger, not in pity, in respect. Because while the world chased gold, she chased greatness alone. Team USA won the gold medal. They hugged, they cried, they waved the flag. But under every congratulatory post, one comment kept appearing. She should have been there. And strangely, some Team USA players liked those comments. This wasn't disrespect. It was an acknowledgement. Even in victory, something was missing. August 15, 2024. Indiana versus Las Vegas. Aces. The arena was sold out. Not because it was Las Vegas. Not because of the rivalry. But because she was walking back onto the court. After everything. As she stepped onto the floor, the crowd stood, not screaming out of excitement, but applauding out of respect. She looked around, took a deep breath, and whispered, not into a mic, but to herself. They didn't choose me, so I chose myself. After the game, which she finished with 32 points, 9 assists, and 7 threes, a reporter asked, "Do you think you should have been on the Olympic team?" She didn't get emotional. She didn't hesitate. She just said, "I think I should keep working. So next time, it's not a question." And that was it. No bitterness, no drama, just the quiet confidence of someone who knows gold medals can be given. Greatness cannot. Greatness is earned alone in silence.